This will be a classic Setons from November 2009. It's a good one to watch. So middle we got a battle between Jackie Chan and Firefox, Cybern versus UEF. And also for the top team there's Nublian as UEF and Huge Dump Truck as Aeon versus Flying Kangaroo as Cybern and Berg as Cybern. This is going to be nice naval confrontations. And we got Ulk for air, great air player for top team, and Mega as Aeon as for air for the bottom team. First Filico, it's happening in the middle. Jackie Chan goes in, ACU and NG. He's also got some hunters going in, fast assault bots. We got Firefox as UEF, basically just as ACU. Another thing we see is that huge dump truck with his Aeon ACU is coming out quick to go help middle. But this is a pretty long walk from the beach spot. And also we see a whole bunch of mech marines, 3 mech marines from Firefox expecting a fight. And this is what's going to happen. We're going to have a first confrontation. Going to have 3 hunters versus 3 mech marines, and it's going to come down to micro. And we can see here, this hunter gets through. And one hunter dies, but Jackie Chan does a good thing here. He splits his 2 hunters. Here actually we see a huge dump truck walking on ocean. Could have been faster if he just walked over here. And we see a PD, a successful PD built by Jackie Chan, which will protect his NG, which can get free dibs on this mass right here. So Jackie Chan here, instead of just shooting ACU, should go after this mass that's up front. So nice wins, and also a few arty. So in the early going, Jackie Chan really doing much better. See a bomber here with a radar. Nublian takes his island at minute 4:30. Berg did not challenge. There was a early base by Flying Kangaroo on his island, and it looks like huge dump truck is going to try to do a drop, but it's going to be very difficult at this point since there's already some tanks in a factory built, and it doesn't look like he scouted at all. And it was actually a ghetto gunship that got killed very quickly, so that was unsuccessful. We see bombers coming in from Berg. And we see here now a 2v1 fight with 2 ACUs, dump truck, and Firefox taking on Jackie Chan. So as Cybern, he's doing very well. You see the bombing here, he's trying to hit the pigeons, and that's actually a nice piece of bombing here by Berg. Going after the Hydro, he's got total control of T1 air, and he's taking advantage. If he can kill a Hydro, that's a pretty big loss. So you see here, it's purely Mantis from Jackie Chan. His ACU went down pretty low in health, but he's doing very well. 2 ACUs versus an army and ACU. It's a tie for now. So the islands are taken by rock on both sides. See a very early cruiser being built by Berg. It's pretty much a naval rush here. 85%, 7 minutes. And also nice, it was a drop by Flying, and he actually built his navy where huge dump truck should have built his navy. So while dump truck was fighting Jackie Chan in the middle, not really concentrating on his navy, he lost his navy completely at this point. You see they'll have torpedo launchers and a bunch of anti-air here. And we see actually a great move by Mega here. He dropped his ACU into the middle. Still a Tech 1 ACU, but with both gun upgrades. Really high fire rate. Plus range. So it's probably the best gun of any of the ACUs from Aeon. So Tech 2 gunship is going to try to take on a bunch of stationary anti-air, and that's not going to be successful. And we see how good an early T2 ship is rolled in. It's protected by an intelligence bond, which gives Nice stealth field. So total control of T1 air supported by this cruiser. And now we see Megatron pushing with his ACU. It's nice to see back players use their ACUs like this. Firefox building T2 point defenses, which should stop this assault. See, in the early going, there's a T3 air advantage for Ulk. However, that T3 air is vulnerable given that there's a cruiser here. We see Jackie Chan sending in the Mantis. These will not be successful. We see a really nice overcharge from Firefox. And now we have T2 rocket bots coming in from Shan, but these will die against the T2 PDs of Firefox. So the middle is completely won by Jackie Chan with support of Mega. See dump truck basically making T2 gunships. He has completely lost Navy. You see all this anti-air here. 5 anti-air. And now flying, actually getting T2 bombers into the middle, trying to snipe at Firefox, but he's under a shield, and now these will die from ASF. You see Berg moving up his navy. He basically has total control at this point. 2 cruisers, destroyer, and counterintelligence. We see Ulk actually brings his ACU to the middle as well. And Megas actually took his ACU back, so nice to see players using their T2 transport for ACUs. And now Ulk will attempt to make a pushback. We see all this mass that's just free. But it looks like Mega has actually won T3 air. He's going to move his T3 air all the way to Ulk's base. And now we see his ACU moving in. So first he went back and then changed his mind, and now he's going forward. Alright, that's interesting because actually Ulk's ACU is at the forefront of this army. He's going to be attacking, but he's going to go against a bunch of T2 PD and a lot of T2 units, so he won't be able to do much. But let's see what Mega is doing. Dropped off right at the back base. Just going to walk in. Interesting to see this, just a lone ACU behind enemy lines. See total domination by Berg here in terms of the Navy. Not taking out these shields. Cyber Navy, it's got long range. See Mega's ACU is sitting at 43 kills. He's going to take out this T2 power from Ulk. Quite devastating. So PD needs to be built here. Of course, Mega has both gun upgrades, which means he has longer range than T1 PD. So he needs T2 PD here. So now both of these power generators are dead. A pretty big hit. And here we also see already T2 Navy taking out dump trucks. And we see a Restorer, but the Restorer by itself is not much against the T3 Air Force. And now we see the T2 PD coming out, which will make Mega retreat. You see that nice overcharges, 56 kills now. And we see a transport for Jackie Chan. See, it's an AN transport, so Mega sharing the transport with his allies. Now Jackie is going to drop right in front of Nublian's base. It looks like a T2. Yeah, he's making T2 PD. He's going to build a small base in this area. Whole bunch of T2 torp bombers from Nublian, but these are very vulnerable to this T3 air. See Mega keeps on killing, 68 kills, 70 kills. And now we're going to see a nice confrontation. T3 bots from Firefox are going to take on Jackie Chan. It's just a single ACU with some T2 PD and a shield. And here, this is where the overcharge really pays off. But it will be very close. He's going to lose a lot of health. See these two T2 PDs. Now Mega comes in to help, and the Ulk, actually a whole bunch of ACUs coming in. But Ulk with it looks like he's got the nano repair system on his ACU, giving him a whole bunch of health and regeneration, and Nublian dies. It looks like he just quit because he was completely dominated by Berg. Now we see a pretty nice ACU fight here. T1 PDs from Jackie Chan hitting Ulk, but Jackie will die. And now we have a fight between Mega and Huge Dump Truck, who's actually got a shield on his ACU. And Mega losing health very quickly. He's at 94 kills. He's fighting two different ACUs. But Ulk is also below 4,000. So that's very interesting to see the two back players at minute 18 basically killing each other with their ACUs 1v1. Huge Dump Truck was able to survive. He did have the ACU shield. So at this point, what you see, there was no give from Jackie Chan and no give from Ulk. So this is basically the end of the game, where this left team with Berg and Flying have total domination, both navies and T3 Air. So really no hope for either Firefox or Huge Dump Truck. So this game is basically over. Hope you enjoyed this classic.